Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Classified Captures. Today's episode promises to be a spine-chilling and nerve-wracking journey that will send shivers down your spine and leave you craving for more of our trail cam footage. Prepare yourself for the hair-raising experience that will satisfy your insatiable curiosity by the time this video reaches its chilling conclusion. We start off today's trail cam compilation with this confusing and creepy trail cam capture. In the image, we see a creature with the head of a pig and a torso resembling that of a well-built gym instructor. That's right, folks, a bizarre hybrid of a human and a pig. It's an unprecedented sight that defies all expectations. This piggy will finish the big bad wolf with just one punch. However, upon closer inspection, there's a twist in this mysterious image. But as you take a closer look, you'll notice something unexpected. This creature is wearing a white wife-beater. Wait, does that mean what we think it means? Could it simply be a person wearing an incredibly realistic costume? If that's the situation, then phew, what a relief, because I guarantee you no one would like to have an encounter with this creature on the farm, woods, or anywhere else for that matter. But what do you think? Next, we travel to the mysterious landscapes of White Mesa, where a thrilling discovery was made. While hiking amidst the majestic peaks, an observant hiker stumbled upon a set of tracks that sent chills down his spine. These tracks, measuring a staggering 20 inches, left an indelible impression on the hiker's mind. But it wasn't just their size that caught the hiker's attention. It was the distinct shape that added an extra layer of intrigue. Although the tracks bore a resemblance to a human foot, a subtle uniqueness set them apart. They were abnormally large, surpassing the size of any known human. Even the tallest and largest man on Earth couldn't boast such colossal feat. In that moment, the conclusion was undeniable. They had just discovered the footprints of Bigfoot. Anyone who laid eyes on these footprints couldn't help but make the connection to the legendary Bigfoot, a mythical being frequently sighted in these very mountains. If you ask me, I'd say the image was legit, but what do you think? Next up, we have this trail cam capture of, quite frankly, the most beautiful deer I have ever seen. But she's not the focus today. What if I told you that the image you see was captured at night, not during the day? I'm pretty sure that might shock you, since it looks like the image was taken during the daytime and is only being desaturated. However, according to the individuals who submitted the image, it was captured at night in the absence of any surrounding lights. Yet, inexplicably, a radiant orb appears in the image. If the testimony of the uploader is to be believed, then we know there's definitely something supernatural going on here. If you've followed this channel for long, then you should know that orbs are usually an indication of supernatural activity, and judging by the size of this one, there's got to be a lot of supernatural activity going on here. The challenge is, we don't know what kind of activity that will be. Could it be one of the fabled spirits of the forests? Could it be a being from another dimension making its way to ours? No one can really say for sure what created an orb this big. Of course, some theories propose that it might be an alien spaceship landing nearby, but honestly, we don't quite see it that way. But what do you think? Next, we return to Arizona, where this image was captured. At first glance, it looks like an ape in the bushes. A second and more careful look should reveal that although the creature has the fur for the look, it's no ape. When standing upright, the creature measures a towering 7 to 8 feet in height. Despite its fur, its body exhibits more human-like characteristics. This made all who saw it believe it was a Bigfoot, albeit a juvenile one given its size. Although it was big, adult Bigfoots are typically bigger, and individuals could say for certain that it was a Bigfoot because Bigfoot sightings are quite popular in that area. So what do you think? Is this the real deal, or could the whole thing simply be a hoax? Tell us in the comments section. This trail cam captures a monster that looks like it belongs in Hotel Transylvania. The creature looked stick-like and took long strides across the field like a zombie. However, the creature is so tall that the only parts visible are its legs. It also appears to have no arms. Weird. Despite the footage appearing remarkably realistic, the majority of viewers and even my team believe it could be edited. However, it's crucial not to dismiss the possibility that this creature might indeed exist. Perhaps it only looks like a bad case of CGI because it's from another realm. Who knows? But what do you think? Do you believe haunted forests exist? Would you explore one if they really did exist? Well, before you answer, we have footage from a couple who actually went in search of a witch in a forest they'd heard and believed was haunted. Yeah, you heard that right. They actually went in search of a witch in a haunted forest. It started as a typical witch hunt until they came across something on the ground that sent shivers down their spines. If you carefully observe the footage, you'll notice a whitish object that defies explanation. It doesn't resemble any known creature and appears lifeless. As the witch-hunting couple approached the object, an eerie presence enveloped them, accompanied by strange noises. As if that wasn't creepy enough, the woman starts feeling as though someone is pulling and entangling her. They were all visibly shaken up at this point, but despite their evident fear, the adventurous duo bravely continue their quest. They end up in a different location with a chilling sight, an eerie ritual ground adorned with flickering candles. A strange man then emerges from the dark. The couple were clearly startled, but they muster the courage to ask him questions. He shows no interest in answering their questions and rushes to grab something from the ground. Without waiting to find out what it is, they make a smart move and start running away, only to be pursued by the man. It's clear that these guys entered a territory they were not supposed to. For a moment, I wondered if they survived, but then I remembered they were YouTubers who had uploaded the video themselves, indicating their survival. But there are some of my team who think it could have all been made up for clout. What do you think? Speaking of being in the wrong place, these unfortunate campers unknowingly chose a sinister spot in the depths of the woods, an experience that would haunt them for life. As the camera holder bolts out of the tent, the boy captured in the frame follows suit, both in a state of sheer panic. It appears that they were frightened by something. As they keep running, the camera holder looks back at the tent, and there, standing in front of the tent, is a creature on all fours. That doesn't look like a wolf or a coyote. The creature had human features, but it was very skinny. This reminds me of a Skinwalker. These are mythical humanoid creatures that can shapeshift into any animal and are known to eat humans. These boys are lucky they fled on time, and by the look of their reaction, I think this is the last camping trip of their lives. Next, we visit the wild for something rather, wild. A trail cam had been set up in the woods to capture interesting wildlife, but as you know, if it's on this channel, then it's definitely caught more than that. Have a look at the footage. The video starts off with what looks like a boar or pig-like creature walking toward the end of the frame. If it's not any of these creatures, feel free to tell in the comment section. But as the creature walks off frame, we see a weird-lying object come into frame. And here's the thing. After reviewing the video several times, no one actually knows what it is. Some thought it might be some flying nocturnal animal. Another thought it might be a leaf, whereas others thought it might be a bird. If you ask me, however, it doesn't look like any of these things. Instead, it looks like those egg crates we used to see while growing up. But perhaps it's an age thing for me. Either way, we're currently looking to you for answers. What do you think that is? Could it be one of those things they stated, or is this simply edited footage by someone seeking their 5 minutes of fame? Tell us what you think. Take a look at this security cam footage. Now, study the black cat moving. What was that? The cat vanished into thin air. How is that even possible? Watch that again. No, that's not possible. Watch it again, it's simply mind-boggling. Could we be dealing with a supernatural being in the form of a cat, or is this video merely edited? The paranormal enthusiast in me wants to believe this is real. I mean, just take a look at the footage, it's too real to be edited. Many, however, believe that's the case, but if this video is indeed edited, it's flawlessly done. I personally don't want to believe that. I want to believe that there is something more sinister or supernatural occurring here, rather than just a camera trick. Black cats for centuries and across many cultures have been known to be very spiritual. Some see them as a sign of poverty, others of bad luck or even death. Despite this, the dog-furred felines are very popular with witches. They are the witches' favorite pets. So could it be that this cat was on its way to its master? Tell us what you think. Would you visit a forest known to have demonic artifacts? What about demonic dolls? Despite this forest's reputation for demons and demonic artifacts, this fearless YouTuber renowned for exploring paranormal locations decided to venture in without hesitation. In this footage, he visited the Demon Doll Road with a friend. The Demon Doll Road is a path decorated with creepy dolls and is said to be haunted. As the two guys were checking out the place, the guy freaks out and yells. He said he felt something blow the air into his ear. They searched around, but there was no one in sight. The team was visibly shaken after the incident. Who or what do you think was responsible? Though they survived the encounter, do you believe they were cursed or marked by a demonic entity? Or is the whole thing just a charade for content? Share your thoughts. A family was parked by the roadside when they spotted a moose feeding on the other side of the road in front of the forest, so they decided to film. While mesmerized by the moose's feeding, their attention was abruptly drawn to another presence, a ghostly, pale creature lurking in the shadows behind the moose. The creature appeared to be standing on 2 feet and later moved to a crouch. The creature's appearance, with its pale complexion and slender physique, defied wild animal characteristics, bearing a striking resemblance to a skinwalker. Known for hunting both humans and animals, the mystic creature was likely biding its time, waiting for the perfect opportunity to pounce on the delectable moose. But what do you think? While we have encountered many creepy and scary stories, it's often the eerie presence of people that can be even more unsettling. You know they're human, but you can't tell if they have good intentions or not. This footage was taken by a man on his property. For about 3 days, he'd been seeing strange cloaked people wandering in the woodlands on his property. Their collective movement hinted at a singular destination, but its exact whereabouts remained a mystery to him. Unaware of his presence, they maintained a silent vigil, stealthily lurking throughout the area. They seemed to all be going to one location, but where he couldn't tell. Confused? Have a look. You see them, don't you? Very creepy, isn't it? Footage like this leaves us with many questions. Who are they? Why are they doing that? Is it some kind of ritual? Are they an occult? Is anyone in that area truly safe? I hope I'm not the only one creeped out by this. Have you encountered such before? What do you think of the whole thing? Tell us in the comments section. This footage was captured by a group of friends who'd gone out to have fun in the town. While returning, they made a spontaneous decision to embrace the wild and revel in nature's beauty. Against the backdrop of a dark road and a considerable distance from civilization, one of the friends daringly ventured ahead on foot. Meanwhile, the remaining group members stayed in the car, cautiously following behind. Their sense of alarm heightened when their friend abruptly returned, sprinting toward them. Their gazes fixated on an uncanny sight, a creature resembling an insect crawling eerily before them. Did you see it? What in the world is that? No one truly knows, and even the rest of the paranormal community is baffled. A part of me believes this might be a hoax, though. How are they conveniently filming before the friend runs towards them? Why would he be out in the dark without any light? The possible answers to those questions make me believe it's all fake, but what do you think? Next, we visit Argentina, where an interesting footage was captured. In this clip, we see a bright round ball with a trail of red light behind it. At first glance, it bears a striking resemblance to a meteor hurtling through the atmosphere. Is it one, though? If a meteor made it to our atmosphere, especially this close to civilization, it would have been on the news, but nothing was recorded. Could it be aliens in a UFO? Could it be a secret government project going haywire? Or is it just an edited video? Well, we can't say based on the evidence available to us, but taking a good look at it, which do you think it is? Next, we have footage taken by a couple of teenagers who went out one night to have a good time. If you've been following the trend on this page, you'll know that it's definitely not how it played out, and you'd be right for thinking so. Once they got to their location, they were met with a surprise. They encountered an enigmatic figure dressed in a peculiar attire strolling through the park. They couldn't discern what it was, but they remembered that there had been a mysterious death in the park. The corpse was found with no foul play. Looking at the being before them, they didn't need to be told that it was a paranormal being. They actually started suspecting that the being before them could have been responsible for the death of the man earlier. They posted the video online and it immediately went viral. The residents of the area had actually been complaining of a strange and eerie presence in the park, and this confirmed their fears and suspicions. They believed that it was the entity responsible. But what do you think? This footage was taken by a YouTuber who went ghost hunting in an abandoned house. As expected of any abandoned dwelling, this house stands in a state of decrepitude, shrouded in an oppressive veil of dust and time. It was nighttime, and the house had no lights, so he used a flashlight and camera to scan through the house. Just as he meticulously scanned the surroundings, a figure emerged from the darkness, standing ominously at the upstairs doorway. Did you see that? Who or what was that? A person with long black hair and pointed ears like an elf. Despite being visibly spooked, the determined YouTuber musters the courage to ascend the stairs in pursuit of the enigmatic figure. The YouTuber chased after the strange person, but by the time he got there, the person had vanished into the darkness. I don't know about you, but that was scary. Next, we have another beautiful yet mysterious picture right here. As you can see, it's an image of the forest in the dead of night with a glowing orb sitting on the root of a tree. Although glowing orbs represent all things supernatural, when I hear glowing orb and see beautiful images like these, I like to think of angels and maybe what heaven might be like if it's real. But do you think this is what this is? Some kind of glowing creature or a portal? Share your thoughts or experiences with us in the comments section. This person was walking a path in the woods when he came across this apparition. It looks like a person in dark clothes from head to toe. The entity appears as a figure dressed entirely in dark clothing. The entity was spotted near an old abandoned castle. Such locations are known for really severe hauntings that lead to death or madness. It appears that the individual unknowingly ventured into dangerous territory, and the entity manifested to deliver a warning. But perhaps that's just me. What do you see? For our penultimate video, we step away from the supernatural and enjoy some cuteness. Take a look at this footage captured by a trail cam set up in the wild. We see a mother bear and her cubs marching in the woods to either seek shelter for the night or get themselves some dinner. Mother bears are extremely protective of their cubs. Despite their adorable appearance, it's crucial to remember that encountering a mother bear and her cubs could be extremely dangerous. Thanks to trail cams, however, you can enjoy such encounters without having to be close to them. And we sign off with something to laugh about. And yes, you are seeing right. It's NBA Wildlife Edition. Looks like LeBron James is a challenger. These deer were captured on a trail cam set up in the woods. One seems to have a basketball stuck in its antlers. While it may look adorable, we can only imagine the impact on its neck. If you live near wildlife, try to be a little more responsible with your items, not just for your sake, but for theirs as well. Thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see you in the next video.